A prison is a place where many dread to find themselves. Many that have found themselves blocked into these walls have stories to tell. Some are stories of anguish, regrets, and others feel grateful. Lessons learned, lessons of a lifetime. SHERINGHAM Elisha is one grateful individual. He found himself convicted of a crime he claims he never committed. He recalls the eventful moments.
I'm SHERINGHAM Elisha, and I'm a community health promoter based in Nairobi, Kenya, and I work here at Mathare North Area 3, where I always do my daily activity. So I'm also a member of Mathare North Youth Organization, which is Manyo, acting as the treasurer currently, and we have a membership of 15 members, and Manyo is a long-serving organization in this community. It has served since 2001. I was born in Migori in the year 1980. Currently I'm 43 years old. So I went to school in Mathare Primary School at my primary level, and also went to Shimulatewa Secondary School. I did my O-level there. So from school, I started doing community work, whereby I joined Manyo, and since that time, I've been doing community work. We started living in Mathare, the other part of Mathare 4B, and actually the environment there is not a conducive environment, especially when it comes to the children who are growing up. Yeah, it's not a good setup for them because there's a lot of activities going there. Children tend to indulge themselves into non-proactive activities, and my parents saw that it was not a good environment, and they had to shift. So we found ourselves also then again living in Mathare North, where our parents shifted. So we started living in Mathare North, and we were going to school as a family, and it was in Mathare Primary School, where all my siblings were also going there for education. The difference between the two is that in Mathare 4B, you find this illicit brew. That activity is so much rampant there, and members of the community there, especially children, they are involved in those kind of activity. And you know, it's an economic activity that is going on there, and those people who are living there, they dwell on that economic activity, so you cannot take them away from that. So, and then there is the rate of violence is also high there. Yeah, the insecurity is high, so it's not really a conducive place to stay. That's the difference when you compare that other part of Mathare and this Mathare. When I was still in school, I was engaging myself into social activities, and I liked really impacting people's life. So most of the time I could identify when there is an activity somewhere. I'll be very much interested in being part of that activity, so that I can be able to learn more and many things, and also to network with other peers. So I got into even going as far as learning as a peer educator, so that I can also become a mentor, to mentor other peers in order for them to live a meaningful life.
Did this whole experience deter him from moving on with the journey he had earlier started?
It was back in 2003 when I learned about Manyo, because Manyo, but during that time, they were recruiting new members, and I came to learn about Manyo through posters. They had established posters, and they pinned the posters all over the community, so that any member who could come across that poster could read, and also get whoever is interested could just contact them and get to know more information about Manyo. So when I came to Manyo and they interviewed me, they asked me what makes me want to be a member. So I explained myself, and they saw the need of me being part of them, and they recruited me. So from joining Manyo, I started engaging in community work fully. And it was during that early time when I was still new in Manyo, something again happened, and I was like caught in normal circumstances. And I was arrested because this incident happened in the community. And during that time, the deceased person was well known to me. He was my friend. And actually, at the time of the incident, we were watching even a football match. He was a fan of Manchester, like me. So we were watching a football match with him. And the match started at 5 p.m. and actually ended after 1 hour and 30 minutes. So when we left that, it was a community video where we were watching the match. We left there and we parted our ways, and we promised to see each other the next day. So I went to visit my mom. My mom, who always, by that time was residing here at Mathare North Area 2. So I went to visit her. And when I was there at my mom's place, I left my mom at 9:30. So going back to my house where I live so that I can have rest and wake up the following morning and do my normal activities. In the morning, very early in the morning, news broke out that the person, my friend, who was beaten yesterday, passed away. So the people who were with him that day, they had already had the news, so they had to disappear. When they disappeared, I was left in that building. It's a tall building, a 5th-story building, and so these culprits, they had left after getting the information that the deceased passed away. So when I was there, I didn't know anything, but I was told about the deceased, that he was beaten and he was trying to snatch a phone from a woman. So the people who found him beat him, and he walked away and went to his house, but he sustained some injuries. I believe that's why was the cause of his death. So later, the family of the deceased presented a list of nine suspects who are also like people who are suspected to have been participated in the beating of the deceased. So the police were on the outlook of these 9 suspects. So I didn't know that my name was also presented to the police. So actually, when I was going to the place, my link facility, I found people who are family members. They were there, and they were like waiting for me to arrive. So upon my arrival, I was grabbed by 2 people, and they told me, "You will not go anywhere." And so they told me, "Why did you run away after doing this kind of thing?" But I recalled back why they were asking me those questions. I said, "Oh, maybe could this be the deceased family members?" So after I identified them that they were the family members of the deceased, I asked them, "Now what do you want? We are going with you. Where?" And they told me to the administration office. And from the facility where they were referring the administration office it's not really far. It's a 5-minute walk. So I asked them, "Then leave me, we walk to the administration office so that I get to know why you are coming for me." Then we went to the administration office. While arriving there, they started accusing the administration office, the chief, assistant chief, that the assistant chief had implored members of the community, and they are the people who caused the death of their brother. So they were bringing chaos even to the assistant chief, and they decided to call the police, who came there later and rearrested me from the assistant chief's office. So when I arrived, they took me to Muthaiga police station. Going to Muthaiga police station, I recorded a statement and I was put to cell. So I stayed there for 2 months. After 2 months, I was taken to court. and I was charged with the murder. And this is an offense that I didn't participate, and it's only because I was well known to the deceased and we were working together. So family members also just said, if we include this person in that list, he will be able to make us trace those culprits and get to know them, because they are together, they know each other. So that is how I was arrested unmistakably and taken to jail. And I stayed in jail for nearly 9 months and 3 months. I couldn't engage in creative activities. And I remember I learned even German language when I was in prison. So I wanted to become like a mentor to other people, a hope even to other people, those who had lost hope, saying, okay, maybe this could be the end. So I could really impact other people's life. After learning German, I started even becoming a mentor, teaching other people to speak German there in prison. So it was a great lesson to me, and I don't regret at all, because it really opened my eyes, taught me a lot, and I really actually don't regret. Yeah.
Mimi naitwa Benta Mogalo. Mimi ni mkazi wa Mathare North. Nimezaliwa Huruma, but basically nimelelewa Mathare North. Time yangu yote ya youth nimekuwa hii Mathare North, hadi niko kwa mother. So hii ndio mtaa yangu. Na mimi ni member wa Manyo. Manyo in full inamaanisha Mathare North Youth Organization. Na mimi ni one of the founder members wenye tulianzisha kikundi cha Manyo. Tulikuwa tunaanzisha Manyo, hiyo time ndio HIV ilikuwa iko juu zaidi. So kitu ilikuwa inaumiza watu zaidi ilikuwa ni stigma. Stigma ilikuwa inaua watu kushinda hata vile virusi ilikuwa inatukandamiza. So tukakama up kama mayouth, tukakaa chini, tukajiongelesha, tukajiuliza tunaweza fanya nini to reduce hii stigma. Kwa sababu hii community ilikuwa ni yetu. Hao watu wenye tuna stigmatize, bado tu ni hao watu wenye tunaishi nao hapa, na tunaweza jisaidia kusaidia hawa watu wetu. Juu kama hujaadhirika, maybe uko na mtu mwenye ameadhirika karibu na wewe. So tukakaa chini, tukaongea, tukadecide tuanzishe kikundi, tukiwe kama support system. Tutafute vile tunaweza tukasaidiana na tujisaidie sisi pia wenyewe ku reduce stigma, na pia kujaribu kumaliza spread of HIV and AIDS. Hiyo ilikuwa moja wapo. Then pia kulikuwa na issues za drugs and substance abuse kutoka kwa mtaa yetu. Haikuwa poa. Vijana walikuwa wanatumia mihadarati sana, wasichana, vijana. So wizi crime pia ilikuwa pia juu. So ilikuwa inatu affect sisi kama mayouth. As much as ilikuwa affect parents wetu nyumbani, sisi ndio tulikuwa waathirika. So ulikuwa unapata mayouth wako tu idle, wanatumia drugs, dropouts wako wengi, mimba za mapema zilikuwa pia ziko juu, HIV pia ilikuwa inaenda ikiongezeka. Juu ndio mimba ipatikane, inamaanisha kulikuwa non-protected sex somewhere. So hiyo ndio ilikuwa chanzo kabisa ili to drive ku save society yetu. Juu ndio kama home ground. Hapa ndio mahali tunaishi, tumelelewa hapa. So tulikuwa nataka at least hata tukitoka hii mtaa, tuache kama mtaa iko poa. Si eti tusihepe juu kuna shida. Tulinatuface shida yenyewe ilikuwa inatupe changamoto. Tujaribu tu kudeal nayo mali pia sisi tutaweza tu. Sheringham hata mimi describe tu kama hero. Kwa Sheringham alikuwa one of us. Na kuna time pia alipata challenge, alikuwa convicted. Aliishi jela. Hata sisi hatukujua hata waitoka. So vitu zile happen, alikaa ndani, na unajua obvious community ukitoka jela hakuna mtu utaka story yako. Kila mtu yukutenga. Sisi kama Manyo welcome back to Manyo. Tukamkaribisha with open arms. Tunawaka naye mpaka saa hii. Anatusaidia ku change community yetu. Hiyo perspective ya anybody mwenye amekuwa convicted asikuwe ni adui ya society.
It has been a success, working together, changing lives one at a time.
For Mathare North Youth Organization, I'm the team lead. Because for Mathare North Youth Organization is an organization that is beyond generation, and I'm the 4th generation because I've volunteered here for the last 12 years. So I'm the current team leader, but now I'm also mentoring a lady called Pauline who is going to take up the mantleship of the team lead. Yes, so I also say I'm also a volunteer. Our work are on sexual reproductive health and rights. We do livelihood programs that include our rabbits project, which is one of the greatest model of urban farming. We work on issues of governance, so generally ensuring that holistically our community are safe and are peaceful. So as a person, I'm a certified trainer on issues of sexual reproductive health and rights. So as a certified trainer, I support adolescents and young people in making healthy choices and ensuring that holistically we reduce new HIV infection in our area and supporting young people on life skills. On matters of governance, I ensure that I engage with various stakeholders, because as a organization, for us to better our communities, we must engage with a number of stakeholders. That include religious leaders, the police, the government, because this is a government facility being hosted by the Nairobi City Council. So we need and also ensure that that relationship with government and other non-governmental organizations and private sector to ensure that we better our community.
As a community health worker, I do mobilizations, I do sensitizations, I do linkages, I do referral, and I do follow-up. As a mentor mother, I mentor HIV-positive pregnant and lactating mothers so that we may have eradication of mother-to-child transmission of HIV. I am called a mentor mother because I'm living with HIV myself. I am a mother of 3 HIV-negative sons. I am married to a HIV-negative husband. I have lived with HIV for 23 years. And that's why I have a relationship with Manu, just encouraging the young ladies and the young girls so that they may not indulge in early and protected sex, so that we may have also eradication of HIV in young women. And I'm also an advocate. I advocate for the needs of community health workers.
It is said that youth are the backbone of every economy, and in order to have a sustainable solution in the society, it is important to involve youth in the process to ensure all the wisdom is passed from one generation to another.
Tuna mentor youth wenye unatoka tu hapa kwa kijiji yetu ya Mathare North, atu deal na watu wa nje. Kwa shida yenye tuna face hapa, sisi tunaziface na sisi wenyewe tunaweza tukajisaidia wenyewe kutoka kwa hiyo shida. So youth wetu wanatoka tu hapa, tuna engage kwa SRH programs, tuko na peer educators na tuko pia na youth mentors ambapo hao ndio wanaihead kama ma youths.
Mimi naitwa Fiona Laka. Mimi ni mkaaji wa Mathare North, member wa Mathare North Youth Organization. I am the chairperson for the Mathare North Juniors. So Mathare North Youth Organization is segmented into 2. We have the Manyo Seniors and the Manyo Juniors. So for the seniors, hao ndio wamefanya the first interview. Then sasa mimi ni junior na mimi ndo mkubwa wao.
It hasn't been easy for the soft-spoken gentleman as he narrates.
The challenges that we are experiencing when we are doing it is unpaid work, because we are not paid, and at this time currently we see we are being given stipend, which is still not enough. And another challenge is that community health volunteers are not recognized. That recognition, it is a challenge, because the moment that community health workers are recognized, I believe somebody can think of doing something about them. Another thing is about community health workers are not professionalized. You see, when we are doing this work, we are not like empowered to do this work. So the issue of professionalization is also another challenge. Another thing is also being supplied. You know, we are doing this work, we are the primary caregivers, but we are not supplied with equipment and the right tools to do our work. So that is also a great challenge to us, and of which I think maybe the government can do something about it.
After spending some time with Elisha, I can't help but notice the passion in him, and he doesn't hesitate to reveal to me the source of all this energy.
When I reach that point of no return, I think maybe I just want to give up. One question I really ask myself is, why did I start doing whatever I was doing, and whether I've achieved that goal. First of all, if I have not achieved it, that will be the main factor of me keep on doing so that I can realize my goal. Like being a community health worker advocate, I created a community health advocate workforce, which is a national. And this national movement, I co-created it purposely to address the issues that are affecting community health volunteers, which is to be salaried, to be professionalized, to be equipped, to be supplied, and also to be recognized. So if community health workers have not been paid, I will never give up. If they have never been professionalized, I will never give up. If they are not certified, I'll never give up. And if they are not supplied with the equipment and tools, I will never give up. I'll keep on doing that until I realize that goal.
There is hope for a better future, and this team is striving towards that.
My ambition and my goal is to see to impact the community and also for their well-being. That is my ambition. Their health and their well-being. That is my ambition, so that I can be able to be part of people who made the goal or vision 2030 for health for all and the well-being of individuals a reality. So that is my vision and goal.
Sheringham is such a good leader. Since we started interacting with him, ni msee amejituma na he's always there for us. Kama sisi juniors, kuna vitu hatuwezi fanya without the seniors. Na naweza sema the closest person we can reach to ni Sheringham. So anytime we have an hitch huku kwa pande yetu, we contact Sheringham na huwa na come through. Na yeye pia ndio wana to guide na tusaidia pia kumobilize my youths, because one challenge ndio upate time unapatia wasea wakuja wakayapa uwafunze ni ngumu sana, but anatuleteanga my youths, my pregnant mothers from the hospital, from the facilities, wana tusaidia now.
My word of encouraging that the future is brighter, and God bless him to continue giving hope to the hopeless, and he will really continue being a beacon of hope for us and the future generation. And his story will be there for this organization and for future generations.
For you to achieve something, you must maybe change starts with you. So you have to change your own perspective, your own thinking, and also make sure that whatever you want to do or whatever you want to achieve, you give it your all, your best. Because if you start something, because there are many people outside there, they are doing great things, but when you approach them and ask them, how did they do that? They cannot explain. So it's for you now to realize that whatever you want to do, you give it your all, you do it with all the strength and might that you have. Yeah.